Now, growing up in an African home means you have very parallel stories with everybody you get to interact with, because it's like we all grew up in one living room, in one household. And there are some unwritten rules or some things that are very obvious to people who grew up in African homes that are not very obvious to people who did not grow up in such a situation. For example, who is the big daddy in that house? Who is actually the head of that family? Because if we're being honest, yes, the father is the head of the house, but there is another person that is the head, and at the end of the day, your mother makes all the rules. Like, all final decisions are by your mother, whether your father is aware or not. I'll give you an example. You're asking for permission for something, and your mother says, go ask your father. You think he's gonna say yes? No, he's gonna say, if your mother says it's okay, then it's okay. So at the end of the day, your mother eventually does make all final decisions in the household.
Yeah, there's been this running joke of endo hesabu wageni. Endo hesabu wageni. Remember that feeling of being told endo hesabu wageni?
Start doing this.
Now remember, now see your point. Okay, unambonga endo hesabu wageni, now see your point. So you're over there just, did I count that one? You're doing a head count with this invisible tally score somewhere in the back of your mind. I feel like African mothers have made it so important that you feed everyone who comes to your household. Whether it is as basic as chai na mkate, somebody needs to be fed. The moment visitors come into your home, unaambiwa kimbilia maziwa ama hagira gashai. Wekelea chai, wekelea chai ivange tupatie wageni. And that is part of the reason why these wagenis who would have been there for 15 minutes are now there for 3 hours. Because kabla chai ive na mkate iko, apana mam. Kimbilia mkate. Na umechukua blue band, apana. Kimbilia blue band. Na skari nayo, apana. By the time you're gathering all the facilities and the resources that are required for you to feed said guests, it's been 4 hours. They've gotten so comfortable. There's always that guy who comes to the house with stinky feet and insists on removing his shoes. So the whole house is just flogged with that smell. Everything about this is making me just relive a lot of PTSD. I did not enjoy that at all. I did not enjoy having visitors in my house, guys. Just know that. If you came, sikuku enjoy.
And the collective trauma of the deputy parent, the deputization of parental roles on the firstborn children. Like, kama wewe ni firstborn, most firstborns from African countries will either have like one kid or none at all. Because you've done your part.
Been there, done that, have a t-shirt.
You raised these children. Like, how is it your responsibility? Because, at the end of the day, I'm also a child. Why is it my responsibility that when we all come, I am supposed to make sure that you with a functioning brain gets to go and shower and wash your uniform and wash your socks or soak your socks or, go to the...
brush your shoes.
Figure out what we're eating for supper. And I'm just like...
we all came from school.
Hang on. Are we not all individuals in this household? Are we not all hungry? Why is it my job? So that deputization of parental roles... Some people could say, we're teaching them responsibility. No, you're not. You're just not doing your job. You just have an unpaid intern in your house. Like hata ni mehema. Yeah, but that is also a characteristic of just some African households.
Another very clear but unwritten rule. Mumelala! Ni sawa, wacha nikuje niwapikie. Ama, she says, na utoe ile kuku kwa fridge, alafu usahau. Na wakisha makaa, uwekele, hagire gatheri. Muthoko, yetu ilikuwa muthoko. Uwekele muthoko inakuja. And you forget. And she shows up at 9. What are we eating? Where is the muthoko you were supposed to wekelea nikuje nikarange? Nobody did it, okay? There is something about you sitting down and your mother is in the house, which was just impossible to fathom. Ati you're sitting down and vyombo on the... My friend. Acha nioshange juu mimi huku nilikujanga kuwa maid wenyu. Acha niende... And she used to say it, they always said it in this most passive aggressive way, where it's like they'll do it but very loudly, right? Like hata usioshe acha niamke nitajioshea, hata usifanye acha nitamka hizi nguo mnataka mimi, you know. It was always every single thing that is to be done in that house. Hata hizi, you know, hii karatasi hata msene mkatupe, hii uchafu msitupe, nitakuja it was always done, but very, very loudly, to the point where you know that you cannot sit down if your mother is working. And those two things cannot coexist. She cannot work na uko umeketi chini. One of you has to, you know, or both of you are up. It's been like that.
Right now, when I'm older, that crash out over not taking meat out of the freezer, because it's the one job I gave you. You know, mimi nimetoka
nje. I'm a child.
Listen, you're old enough, you know.
God,
obviously a child, we're not living like 10-year-olds alone in the house. We're talking about teenagers. Okay, so me, I've gone to work, I've had a horrible day, I've just been adulting with adults who just don't seem to get adulting. So I'm coming home. Me, when I left, I only asked one thing: could you please thaw the meat? Could you please take the meat out of the freezer? The chicken, take it out of the freezer. No, hata nikifika kama nikupika, just starting. Okay, I don't have to wait whatever time hatukuwa na microwave. I don't have to wait for this meat to yeyuka for us to start cutting it and cooking it. So that crash out was very valid. As an adult, I get how valid it was to crash out because somebody didn't take the meat out. Because it was the one thing I asked y'all to do.
I hated thinking about it. Saturday, it's coming. And that is a general cleaning Saturday. Oh, nothing I hated more than that. Because your mom would just wake up, see one corner of the house is dirty, and then all of us are cleaning. Mara, you're chukwaying those magazetes and wiping down every single window. Even now, I can't do it. I can't clean my own house. I'm going to hire someone to clean that damn house because I have done it enough.
We all live in this house. And honestly, but as I'm older, a lot of things are making sense to me because hakuna vile mmeketi tu huko mna relax, mna enjoy television na kuna dust tu huko. In fact, spiders are creating colonies in my living. And you're not, come on, ain't no way. Our window panes, we can't even see outside clearly. How are we going to gossip our neighbors when we can't see them in 4K? Na mumeka tu hapo. Very valid crash outs.
Do you know what? The only crash out that I am okay with is your mom refusing to give you chapo when she's cooking. Because it's a lot of goddamn work. And I am not going to enjoy this chapati nikipika because it doesn't taste good. Tungoje si wote mpaka nimalize kupika, tukule pamoja. Otherwise, I am not laborer, okay? Y'all need to wait until I'm done cooking, tukule pamoja. I am not giving anyone free chapati. Kama unataka free chapati, kuja tupike pamoja. That's the only valid crash out because making chapati it's a lot of work, honey.
Yeah, also mtashiba before even stew. Who's going to eat this stew if all of you are full by the time the chapatis are done? Another one. Phones were the enemy. Phones were literally the devil's way into this household. And using your phone while eating, that was a no-no. That was the biggest taboo. Being called, if somebody was to make the mistake of calling you while all of you in the middle of eating, because eating used to be a centralized thing. Not this thing I see of modern households where people go and eat in their bedroom. No such thing. If it's time for food, we all sit down together, you pray for the food, you eat the food. Kama vyombo zinaoshwa in the evening, there's somebody to do that because obviously everyone had a chore to do. Kama ni siku yako ya kuosha vyombo, wewe unaosha vyombo. Ni siku yako ya kuosha nyumba, clean the damn house. It's your day for shoes, clean the shoes. So yeah, phones were the enemy and y'all had to do the jobs assigned to you.
Absolutely. And also, what do you mean? Ile 50 bob nilipewa na anko nikupatie nikuwekee. Kwani mnakula nini? Mnakula miao huku. Ni air burgers. Is that what you're eating in this house? Are you eating air burgers? Because Mimi, your uncle came to visit me, visited us, gave me 200, gave you 200. And then I told you wacha nikuwekee. You know? Now you have come for your akiba. ambayo inafaa kuwa imeongezeka, imepata heri. You know, you've come back to your mom, na ile 50 bob nilipatiwa na uncle niwekee. Kwani mnakula nini kwa hii nyumba? Mnadhani mmekuwa mkikula nini kwa hii nyumba? Hiyo 50 bob yako hebu I don't understand why parents had this. I never used to understand why parents had this very strict, almost visceral reaction to you asking them for money that they had supposedly kept for you, right? Or saved for you. But girl, now I get it. Now I'm not gonna lie. Budget is a budget. I am not about to explain myself and tell you why you can only spend 500 shillings when we go outside. I am not about to start explaining to you why you told me tumekuja kwa supermarket kununua bag. Wewe kuongezea lollipop is a problem, okay? Because my budget ended at bag, okay? I get it though. I get it. But yeah, it's very, very clear that when it comes to the budget of the house, we're not negotiating. Imagine it's not a negotiation. If I give you 100 shillings to go and pick up skuma wiki, nyanya, and salt, and then you decide to go and buy candy first, and then you come back with -1 thing, my budget had ended there. Mtakula hivyo bila chumvi, by the way. Unajua si lazima tukula chumvi. I get it. The resources are so finite, and you don't want to start explaining to children why, we are poor. So you just tell them, this is how much you have, this is what you're getting, end of discussion. Don't bring it up again.
Clearly, we all grew up in one
Same
house.
household.
Same house, different variations. So tell us your African experience or how you grew up in an African household. The number is down here below, 0715 664 699. Tell us your story. We will share it on the next episode. That was our show. My name is Turi Faye, and I'll see you tomorrow.
My name is Kathami. Bye. And be good parents to your children. Oh.